app, it has the fall time on it. So like, there's no way we would have known to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then next, but I just like spent some time looking at the score and stuff, and then I realized that it's super hard to do what you got.
Okay, so let's get started. Two things. Really wonderful job yesterday on the Bologna and the Vivaldi. Our recording engineers were very excited about the whole process. So they'll be sending me edits this week for us to choose from. My guess is it's going to take Al probably at least 5 to 7 days to edit all the audio and video and put it together. So one question I had for everybody, would you rather that we release it in just one big concert or do it separately? Because in some ways, before I was going to have two sort of separate, like CSO release and then a CCO, because it was separated by a week. But now that the Bernstein is going to be recorded on the same day as the chamber orchestra, it's going to be kind of all be ready at the same time, right? So we could just have one sort of release event, where it's a CSO concert, and then a CCO concert on a separate day, or just combine it into like first half, second half. What would be your preference? Does it matter? Okay, all right. So I'm hoping that the best case scenario release will be the last day of classes or the Monday after, but that depends on his workflow. Okay, so I'll give you an update on when that is, and I'll give you notice in advance so that you can tell your family and friends. Okay, all right. So today's game plan, we're going to record the rehearse the two outer sessions, and then the second half we're going to just work on the cadenza. Okay, so and then on Friday you don't have rehearsal. Okay, the chamber orchestra is going to come and use that time slot to do their sound check. So on Friday you don't have rehearsal, but the Bernstein recording is this Saturday morning, starting at 10:30. So we will need like 45 minutes setup time. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's tune. Somebody have a good day? I'm going to be standing here for the recording session as well. Yeah, Al sort of asked me, why are you standing in the middle of the hall? So I said, well, because when the protocols were being planned, we anticipated a larger number of wind players. But then we changed the rep, so then the protocol that we had was in some ways overly protective, right? So because we were supposed to have wind players in the third and fourth row sprinkled in. So then I was supposed to be back there, but then I wasn't making any difference over there. Okay, so let's tune. Could you give us a name? Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Okay, let's go from the beginning. Hi. Okay, let's go back. Maybe that was confusing. Two things. Let's just, I'm really trying to feel that pulse of 40, right, for these opening bars, and then it gradually gets faster. And then 9 is 50, and then it's back to 50, but then 26 is 60. So it's gradually getting faster towards that 60 area, okay? So chord equals 40. And yeah, so you're just one half note ahead at 16, right? So don't get to the F until the end of that bar. Can we go from 11, right at 11? Hannah, can you remind me, are you doing something for the vibraphone substitution in the second quarter of 11? Yeah. And then the brushes can be really, really soft, right? Okay. Here's 11. 11. And yeah, so remember, I'm gonna go into 4 that last bar, right? Would it be easier if I go into 4 at 24?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's go 20. 20. 2. Yeah, that entry's on the second beat, first rounds, right? So the second beat of the 3-2, don't be early there, yeah. Can we go back and do this section from, yeah, we better do that whole thing. Let's go from where the tempo changes to half equals 60, which is 26. All the harp eighth notes could be more, right? Even the piano ones, yeah? Okay, right at 26. And 4. And 2, and 1, and 2, and 2, and 2, and 1, 2, and 1, and 2, 1, and 1, 2, and 1. 2, and 3, and and 4, and triplet. Triplet. 1, 2, and 3. 2, and 1. And 2, and so it's, I think people are confused through these bars. Every time there's a 3-4, I'm pretty much conducting in 3-4, okay? But then every time after the 3-4, I'm going back to half note pulse, right? Okay, let's go back to Andante con moto. The quintuplets are getting better, okay? But seconds, violas, cellos, really kind of stretch the first two. Di da da pam. Yeah? Okay, here we go. 52. And 2, ah. Yeah. So, second violins, you have to wait until the half notes, you're shortchanging a little bit, right? So think of the quintuplets that are happening, because you will have to play it on the third bar of that, right? So, da, ba, di, da, 1, and da, di, da, 1, all right? So don't get ahead on that half note. 52, ready, and 2, ah. And triplet. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, can we just take the first violins right there? So the 3-2. You have to kind of ignore the Joy's line, because she has completely something different, right? Okay. 3-2, and then 1, and. Bravo. Be strong on that F, because you're going against her E right at the beginning of that, okay? With joy. 59, just first and joy. And. Yeah, and just linger on that E natural as long as you can, okay? Yeah. Everybody, here's 59. Ready, and 2, and. And 1, 1, 2, and 3, and moving forward. 2, 3. 1 and 2. Take time. 2 E and even slower. And 1 and 2, 3. Hold on to this. 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take time. Take time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 1. One. One. 3. And 1, 2. Now, if you go fast there, then we can't double up, right? So you're 1, the next bar, yeah, okay. Let's go back just a few places, okay? Second violins, you have to really lean into 87 and emulate the harp as much as possible. Okay, Liz, would you play 87 for the second violins? And seconds, be ready to play 87. 87. 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're basically doing that gesture, except it's all written out quintuplets. Okay, together seconds with Liz. 87. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so don't be early on that downbeat. Yeah. Yeah, and then in fact there is a crescendo, but we don't want to hit that the highest note so hard because it's just a gesture. Yeah, one more time. 87. 3, 4, 5. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gliss that happens in the beat 4, right? So move slower. Yeah. Everybody, here is 74. A natural, B natural, F sharp, G sharp. Tuning. Okay. 74. 3, 4, 5. Christine, can I make a deal with you? In the bars you don't play, I'm going to let her be more free. Because if I get in there and start beating, she's going to feel restricted. So it's going to 175, dum, dee, dum, dee, dum. She's going to do whatever she wants, and dee, da, and I'll bring you in on those bars you play. Okay? Here's 74. There's better. The A is still high. 4, 5. Dee, da. And 4, 5, 4. Subito piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 一样。哒哒滴哒。1, 2. And dee da 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, hang on. So 95, 96. Can you prep that rallentando that's coming up at 98 a little more? So don't push ahead, right? So use the diminuendo to not break, but just go uphill a little bit. Okay? Yeah. Folks, 87. Unless you have the melodic material, it's all noise, right? Okay? So make a lot of noise. So a lot more trills, right? However, violas, upper cello, molto cantante, right? Really make sure that that melodic line is heard, yeah? Where was that? At 95, there's a subito piano, and the gong or whatever is being hit is too loud. So it wipes out our subito piano effect. Okay, one more time. 87. 3, 4, 5. And. Dee-da, dee-da-da. Take time. Bravo, bravo. So, two things. Christine, that was great. Don't take more time on that 5/8, the last two bars, right? Joy, I think you can take more time at the rallentando at the top of the, before you get to the D flat. Take more time, okay? Even 96 upper strings, we can take more time on those eighth notes, right? Dee-da-dum, dee-dum, dee-da-dum, dee-da, right? Don't be in a rush there. 91. Uh, 87 is a plateau. I'm trying not to get faster, yeah? If we get faster, we're kind of sunk. 91. 3, 4, 5. Crescendo. And 1, 2, 4, 5. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that downbeat, there's a snare drum, which is too loud, snare drum and timpani, okay? And then nobody plays on the second eighth note. And then it's the eighth note harmonics, okay? So here is a 7/8 bar, 107. We just got to this very soft place, Hannah, Liz, and then, okay, here we go, 7/8 bar. Wow, awesome. That's gotta be softer, right? Softer, 7/8 bar.
Softer?
Softer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the first time I've told you to be softer. One more time, 7/8 bar. And 1, 2, and 3, and 1. Hang on. So there's ancora più, doppio più, and then ancora più, right? Everybody knows what that means, right? The first 3, 4 after the 6, 8, I'm in 6. 1, 2, the quarter, the fast. So each bar I have to get twice as fast. Okay, all right. As legato as possible in the 108, your melody. Okay, here's 108, 6/8 bar, and 1 and 2, 3, tempo, 1, 2, faster, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. So I didn't quite get there, right? So it's really important that the 109 switch to 110. It's the same eighth note value, but it's just now quarter note rather than eighth note.
So the rhythm is exactly the same.
Rhythm is the same, but the value is faster, twice as fast. And then the next bar is ancora più, right? So 111 is again twice as fast. Sorry, no. It's 72 for 2 bars. Wait, hang on. Is your ancora doppio on 112 or 111? 111. 111, yeah. So 111, it gets twice as fast. And that stays. Does that make sense? So this is what it looks like. The 6/8 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, bum, bum, 1, 2, 3, bum, bum, bum. Make sense? Okay, here we go. 6/8 bar, 108. The last note, gently, don't hit it. 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yum, da 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 da. Da 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 da. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And 1. Dum, da dum. Sa. 1. 1. Ba, 1. D up. Okay. Folks, that's the easy part. So, folks, once we get to 121, right, you really have to stay more independent of your grouping. So, to remind you where the grouping is upper strings, would you play 121? 1, 2, and 3, 1. 3, 3, bravo, jelly, bass, harp. And we'll add tom-tom later, 121. 1, 2, 3. 121, sorry. Liam, would you play with us, please? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the da wants to get later and later, right? So you got to really jump on in the end of 2 and end of 3. Dia, da, da, dia, da, da, dia, okay? Liam, you could be louder, okay? We really need you ba, b, the, I'm more on the accent. Liz?
In my part, I'm fast up to 121 to
It is right, but
I come in at 125.
exactly, yeah, yeah. Okay, everybody, here's 121. And 1, 2, and 3. And 3, and 3. And here we go, 2, 3. And diamba. Da, da, da. 1. Diamba. And 1. Okay, I will bring you in a big cue at 175. You got to be ready, okay? So, one cue is once you start to hear piccolo, then just get your instruments up. You will also see a conducting pattern change at 172. Instead of a 3+2 pattern, you'll see a 2+3, 2+3, 3/8, and that's your entry. Okay? Let's go back to the 5/8. Hannah, the dim ba ba dim ba ba. The 4/5 is a tiny bit longer, so it feels like a 5.5/8. Yeah? Dam ba ba bam ba ba bim ba ba. I have Glock and Xylo on 4/5, eighth notes. Do you have anything like that? It'd be great to have some kind of highlight of the rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it feels a dee da pa pa dee ba pa pa dee ba pa pa dee ba pa, something like that. 1, 5, 6. Yeah. So you have the fourth beat symbol, but if you could just reiterate 4, 5. Because every time there's something else, like a Glock or Xylo, happening in that fifth, eighth note. So we're missing that stuff, which makes this Hocket feel off balance. Yeah. Okay, everybody, 1, 5, 6. Here we go. And 1 and 2. And here we go. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Biamba. 2. 2, 3, 1 and 2. 1, 2. 2, 3, and 1. 1. And a 1. 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay, this is a bar where you really need to practice, or at least play the main beats, 199, right? Okay, so if you can't play then you need to at least play da beep bop dum beep bop da da or ba di. Yeah, okay. Remember that one session we slowed this down a little bit? Let's do that. Here's 198, slow motion. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Dum. 1. So you're coming in early on the downbeat of 201, second violins, yeah? Can we just take 201 by itself? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so the poor souls who have the triplet 16, triplet, 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 okay? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then that last note, make it zing and ring, right? Okay, one more time. Let's add da da di da, right? The 2 8th notes before that 201 bar. I'll give you 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Za. One more time. Now let's add that 200. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Ba ba beep beep da. Bravo. Okay, let's add 2 more 8th notes. Da da dee bum ba 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 triple triple triple. Ready and 1, 2. Za. Okay, from same place. 199. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. And da ba beep beep triple 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 yim. Okay, we misunderstood where we're starting. We're starting 199, right? These are 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And. Bravo. Same piece, same place, but I'm going to be conducting 3 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4, 5. And da da di di. Bravo. Let's do 198, same tempo. Actually, let's go back to 195. That same exact tempo. And 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And taka taka. Sa. Bravo. Let's do everybody 195. Tiny bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And za. We're almost there, okay? All right. Now let's get into that, which is the hard part. So let's start 189. So if we're at this tempo, dun, da, di, da, da, 1, 2, that's a tempo over there, okay? 189, 1 and 2 and 3. 2. 1, 2 and 3. And 1, 2, 3. And za. Bravo. So we just have to go a couple clicks faster on that. Okay? All right. Let's jump over to the second section. The very end of the cadenza. Let's play from. I have 30 seconds. Joy, what we're going to have to do probably is the pickup into the second section is where we're going to start. Pick up to 203. Okay. Yeah. So, we're going to start 203 with a yam tada one and the pickup. Okay, and then 3, 1, and. Okay, so I'm in half note pulse, right? Just like the beginning, right? Half equals 40 to 50, right? So, Joy will yam da da 1 and da di da 1 and di da 1. That's a little fast, but okay, here we go. And. Yeah, so those of you who have a half note, yam bam di ya di da, wait until you hear the quintuplets being done, right? Okay, same thing right there. Sorry. And 2, 1. One and 2, 1. Ya-dee-da-dee-ya. Okay, so let's take a little score study break in the lobby, okay? Because we have to stop playing for a little bit. Bring your parts. Hi, Al. Okay, so let's review what happened, okay? And then let's preview the second section because we won't have too much time to spend on this end of the section. Because I would love to give the cadenza section a good chunk of the time, okay? Sorry?
I drive it for the video that you shot for us.
Oh, okay, all right, great. Okay. Let's just talk about how we get out of that cadenza, right? Because it's a pretty long cadenza. So look at right before 203. And I think what we're just going to do is we're going to record up to 202 into that last note, downbeat of 202, and that'll be sort of one segment that we're going to record, okay? And then we'll record the cadenza after we record the second half of the piece, after the cadenza from 203. But we do have to come in so Hannah and Elizabeth, to match because this rim shot has to be ringing as Joy plays this yam tada to the downbeat of 203. What we'll do in the recording session is start those 3 bars before 203. Make sense? Okay, so we'll start playing the 3 bars before. Da, dam, da, 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 yam, da, 1. Okay, so that's pretty much what you'll have, 3 bars before 203 happens. Okay, da, dam, da, ba, ba, da, da, dam, ba, 1, and, da, di, da, da, 1, and. Does that make sense? Okay. So at 203, make sure if you have the half note, and first and second, you have the half note and a breath mark, right? So make sure you're giving enough time and actually listening to the violas and cellos play the quintuplet, 8th notes, right? 1 and da da di da da, 1 and da 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 di da da. So whenever you're playing those tremolo half notes, you should be, it's not an island, okay, God, thank God I'm just playing tremolo and going to be loud. That's the moment where yam da ya da di ya. And you listen to the quintuplets underneath that's happening. Okay? Violas, when you have, violas and cellos, 205, when you have that half note, listen to the second violin quintuplets. Otherwise, you're going to be early to the next downbeat. Okay? Now, what we have to do is, as we move towards 210, right, there is a poco stringendo. So the tempo is getting faster, right, from 40 to 60. However, the color is becoming gentler, right? We go from this sort of raw, brutal sound, ya ta ti ta ta, that sound, to ta di da di ya, this sort of very gentle sound, right? So basically, tonality wins out in Bernstein's mind, right? So for him, the atonality he was kind of playing with, and how the cadenza is really atonal. That's sort of the horrors of war and all that for him, right? So if you know Bernstein, he struggled with wanting to be the West Side Story tonal composer in an era. If you did that, you weren't taken seriously. Right, so this is one of the few pieces where he ventured into atonality, and he really tried to use atonality as an expressive tool, right? So for him, atonality in the middle cadenza section and in all the sort of brutal section, he's trying to use it as an expressive tool within the tonal realm of his definition, right? So when he comes back to tonality, like here at the end, 205, then you have to really make that color change really apparent, yeah? And in the cadenza joy, and you get to do all this sort of like special effect colors and really go farther, right? So we really get that travel. Oh wow! Not only is he exploring atonality, but like special effect notes. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. You know, I've been walking around with a metronome at 40, and it's really hard to do. The only way I can do it is set it at 80. And feel the subdivision of 80 and 2, because I can't feel 40. It's so slow for me. So I think I'm all the time too fast, right? So I'm going to really try to do my best to be at 40. So we hear that staircase of 40, half note, 50, half note, 60, half note. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So mark in your parts where the tempo is 40, right, which is the beginning, and then it goes to 50 at 9, and it goes to 60 at, back to 50 at 20, and then 26 is half equals 60, right? And for me, that's this ya-da-dee-da-dee-da, that sort of very gentle, very tonal music, right? So these opening figures, it can still be a little more harsher color, a little more brutal color. Yeah? So really go for that gliss violas, and then really zing that eighth note, right? Okay. Hannah, all the percussion effect through 26, except for the big sort of forte moments, right? All of those should be very like smoky, that kind of thing, right? Okay. Erica, are you playing the? This figure at starting at 14, right, where it says lontano, you're actually supposed to be hidden, right? So you're supposed to be like in normal times, Bernstein instructed the alto flute and piccolo to be behind the stage, so the audience had no idea where the sound was coming from. So oftentimes when this piece is done, they hide you from the audience, but we're going to have you on stage, right? But have that very far away sound. Okay. And this last time was great, but the first time you always kind of get ahead on that 3-2 bar. Okay. Triplet 3-2, 15, 2, and I'll give you a cue before that F. Okay. All right. 24, Christine, I'll be in 4 there. Yeah, so everybody, I'm going to 4 a bar earlier than in the spreadsheet, okay? So I'll be in 2 through 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, triplet, and back to half note, okay? That's fine, that's fine. All through 30, 31, 32, anytime there's a 3-4, I'm in quarter note pulse and giving Joy more room to be espressivo, right? Those esitando, she'll take times, right? So 1, here's 30, and 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1, da, 1, 2, 37, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 39, 1, and yeah, okay. And I think 39 is the one where she takes the most time, right? Okay. Liz, 44 is a bit fast, right? So if this is 92 and triplet 1, triplet, about that, yeah, okay. Otherwise, it gets too frantic to move ahead in the next, at 47, 48. First one, I'm confused. Are we coming in at 50 downbeat or the 4th beat? I thought it was going to be the 4th beat. Kira's playing the whole time, but Jack and Zach, you should come in. Did we say downbeat of 50? Yeah. Okay, so let's make the downbeat of 50, okay? Okay. 52, same thing, right? Half notes, wait for the quintuplets. Yeah? But notice, it's not tremolo here, right? So it's still agitato, it's still that sort of brutal color, but it's to note, right? So have a differentiation of sound between here and at the end, yeah? First violins, 59. What happened all the time is we come in early, yeah? So come in strong on B2, second half note. Now, once again, through this section 60, if it's in 3/4, I'm in 3. Okay? But this time, Joy has a bit of accelerandos. So sometimes like 61, 62, I go a little faster on that 3/4. Okay. The last time through 74, tuning was better. It's not still there. Now the G sharp should be a little higher. Okay. Cellos and basses, 78 through 84. I would love for you to bring out more of the dynamics. So be stronger at 75. Bum, bum, beam. Da, yum, da, yum, dee, yum, dee, yum, dee, da, da. Yeah? Okay. 87, second violins. We need a lot of you. A lot more power from you. Yeah, so you're really supporting the percussion and Liz on the harp. If you have trills through this section, make a lot of noise. Okay? All right. 92, first and second violins, that needs to be a really solid melodic eighth notes. Louder than the noise. Yeah? Hannah, when you adjust the downbeat of 95, that was great. So make sure that's soft, so it supports the subito piano. So 99, Joy, Christine, and Liz, you have to kind of listen to each other a little more. I know it's hard with the distance, right? But I'll try to guide those from 99 through 100, right? Each note should get a little bit slower. Okay. Folks, whatever you have to do to write in 108, 109, 110, that transition, please make that happen. Yeah. So we shouldn't have to rehearse that again. Yeah. 108 is in 6/8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, same tempo, 2 and 3 and 110, 1, tiram, 1, 2, 3, and then it doppio again the next part. Okay, folks, the rhythm of 114, dum, da, dum, dum, dum. 117, dum, dagam, bum, bum, bum. All of those places. 148, it's all different. So make sure you know exactly which rhythm you're playing. Yeah? Okay. Hannah, 156 was much better. Now it didn't feel flat-footed. And Elizabeth, whatever you added was great at 156. Okay. Nancy, the piccolo duet with Joy could be even more livelier. Yeah? So really exaggerate, yeah, da, da, brrr, those flutter tongue things, yeah? Okay. First violins. And Nancy, you have to really tune this tune at 175, 177. There's really nowhere to hide, right? Are we doing the Divisi, Kira? Yeah? So Jack and Zach, are you guys playing the bottom octave? Gotta be louder, okay? All right. Folks, 195 to 201. I sort of gave you an example of how to practice something that's rhythmically, what? Right? So just slow it down where you can play the 8th note and 16th note at triplet, that tempo, and then just gradually add one item, and then go a little faster once you can play it, sort of go through. Please do that. We all need you to be able to play this section, end of the section really cleanly. Right now it's kind of muddied, okay? We should really be able to hear the triplet in the second violins, and then violas, 1 and 2 and triplet, da da dee da 1. Yeah, and then cellos, you have something totally different. 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet 1. Yeah, that triplet 8th is kind of getting lost right now. Okay, and Zach and Jack, you have the slowest rhythm. But most important. Okay, so really play it strong. Okay. When we get back in there, let's start 3 before 203, or 3 cadenza bars before 203, and finish the section in 5 minutes, because I want to be able to run through the last section before we go to the cadenza work. Okay? It's 5:36. I'll see you in 9 minutes on stage. Okay?